Hey folks, welcome back. In the last lesson we were breaking down Satch Boogie by Joe Satriani, so let's pick up right where we left off. So now we jump up to the D chord, alright? Now we're jumping up positions too. Alright, so let's break that down. That's all over the D chord. Okay, so we're starting on the third of the D chord, which is an F sharp. Good to recognize. Very important to recognize in studying solos, chord tones, recognizing, these are landmarks in my opinion, recognizing here, we're starting on the third and bending up, of course, to the fourth. And we're walking down this. Now there's a couple ways you could analyze that. I think it's based off of this D arpeggio. And again, because we're playing over D chord, it makes sense to analyze it in the context of a D chord. And let me take just a moment to say, what I mean by that is, like, we could look at this as an E minor arpeggio. An A minor arpeggio, forgive me. But if you walk it down even further, I think he's walking down a D arpeggio. Again, I think it's important to chords. You can find triads and all sorts of stacked chords within any chord. I mean, you know, I'm trying not to get into too much theory here, but yes, we could look at that as an A minor. But what's the point of calling that an A minor if the chord is D and he clearly walks down to a D? That to me, that means it's a D7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, which is really jazzy if you ask me. Anyway, off my soapbox for the moment. Okay, so that's a cool lick right there. Make sure to get that one real tight under your fingers. So we're just walking down a pull-off riff, right down the D string. And because we're playing over D chord, we can pedal that D string. And ending up on the third right there again. Again, there's a landmark there. Okay, so we started off our D chord section. We've walked down a little arpeggio. We've done a little pull-off riff down the D string. Now we're going to go into some artificial harmonics. And these are a little bit tricky to find the exact placement. I'm thinking about it right at the edge of that neck pickup. So find your sweet spot here. See, sometimes it doesn't always work out. You got to find that sweet spot, okay? And think of it melodically too. We're not just hitting the note, we're thinking melodically and rhythmically. Dwam, 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 dwam. There's a rhythm there. Oops. Okay, so think of it, remember to keep the rhythm. Be aware of the rhythm, okay? Now from here we go. So a little slower, that's. And I'm going off of memory here, so if that's not exactly it, it's pretty close. But now we're ready to go into the F sharp section. So everything's going to be over the F sharp now, okay? Now I'll be honest, there's a legato lick here that I don't know if I'm doing exactly right. Transcriptions seem a little wonky to me, and listening to the record, it's a little hard to tell what's going on. I almost wonder if it's kind of like that's almost really idiosyncratic to him. In any event, I try to keep it simple and just keep to a basic 3-note per string legato lick. Now here's the trick with it. So number one, here's the notes. Oops. Here's the trick. Moving a fourth up on guitar is tricky, especially at a high or fast tempo. So in fact, in classical guitar, moving from here to here, they just say don't do it, or use a second finger to hit that note, and then use your third finger for that. There's just it's a difficult motion, and when you're playing at high speeds, it is a landmine for messing up. Okay, so what we can do is basically is pull off either one note or two notes. And again, I think it still is very true to the original. He may be doing that. I don't know. It's very difficult to tell, but. Play around with that. It's a tricky lick, and again, I think it may be the kind of thing that is very idiosyncratic to him. So anyway, now we go into a natural harmonic on the 9th fret. Okay, then we go into this basically kind of a pentatonic box shape. So that's what's kind of cool about that. It's very similar to the one we did in A, but now we're down in F sharp. Real quick, slow. That's an oxymoron. Real quick, let's play it slow. Sorry. Real quick, slow. That's an oxymoron. Real quick and slow. Okay, now from here we move back to the A chord. We're playing licks over the A chord. Okay, so that's a cool little boogie kind of lick. Okay, now we go back into another Chuck Berry lick. Altogether that's... Okay, so now we've got some natural harmonics on the 9th fret G string, and it comes in on beat 2. So don't be fooled here. It's like 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, and the rhythm is, and you got to think rhythmically with this. 1, down, wham, 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 wham. So make sure to keep that rhythm tight on that. I'm using my boost knob for that harmonic. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, now we go into another kind of a box-shaped pentatonic lick, kind of like what we did with the A chord, but now we're in F sharp. We're playing over an F sharp chord. Okay. Okay, and then now we're moving back to A. We're moving back to an A chord, and here we do kind of a cool boogie lick. Okay, now we go back into another Chuck Berry kind of lick. And again, I'm kind of approximating that, but that's the general idea, okay? So altogether that's... Okay, now what we do is we go into a cool pick tapping lick. It's a little tricky, you know, your stamina can run out real quick, but basically what we're doing is it's actually tremolo picking. Tremolo means to sustain the note, and of course with classical guitar you might do diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-da. Just keep it on one note there. So we're doing the same thing. We're tapping on that 14th fret. Okay, but we're moving the left hand down, or if you're left-handed, your right hand. Your fret hand, how about that? And again, think melodically here. And we go into... Okay, so I hope you have a whammy bar. So you got that open A string, and again, we're thinking rhythmically here. We got 5th fret G string harmonic. Whoa. Now I might be taking a little liberty on that slide here, but it is a trick that he does where he'll bend the bar down while sliding up on the string. We'll see that later in the song. Okay, we'll get to that later. But basically, you know, we're thinking, wham! But he does a big old dive right there of some kind. Okay, so now we're going to jump back into a D chord here, and our lick is going to be... So we're coming on basically like on a beat 2, so like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so just get that much. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, and use a tab to help you. And then we're going to do another kind of a tremolo picking thing where we're sustaining the notes with our pick. So make sure to it's very important to get these shapes, starting with the double stop shapes. Then, this will be the tremolo picking part, but... Okay, now, and I'll just play it all together. There's a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now here we're going over the F sharp. Now I think I'm grabbing from a live version that Satriani does. In fact, I can't even think off the top of my head what the studio version is. But, you know, we're back in F sharp and we're thinking of F sharp chords. Or F sharp lick, excuse me. Another Jimmy Page lick. Or, hey, try Albert King if you want to go a little farther back than Jimmy Page. I'm colloquially speaking calling it a Jimmy Page lick. We'll just say that's it. I think that's the live version. Now we're going to slide down an octave. We're still in F sharp. Okay, and then we're ending on the A chord. We're back to A. So that whole F sharp section is... Okay, now here we're going to do another one of these big old whammy bar dives. And I think he double tracked that on the studio, so you may hear a couple guitars going on there for that sound. And that brings us into the finger tap section.